Good morning slash afternoon. I just wanted to do a quick video before I go out and run my errands and stuff like that for the day. But I've been talking to a lot of dance fitness instructors and people who are in fitness in general, not just in the Zumba community or, in other formats here in Chicago, but people who also are like personal trainers. And the biggest thing that I see, and let me tell you, I'm a life coach, right? I also am a social worker, and I'm just very good at like this shit, because I think that when you've been called on this planet to bring people together, there are certain skill sets that you naturally have in the soul contract, which is the things that you incarnate in this earth to do. So I have the skills to bring people together and to help understand others. I think that's just how my being is. So when I look at people who are struggling in their fitness lives or in their classes or whatever, there are a few things that I see. There's usually some sort of comparison of you trying to be like somebody else. There is a lot of jealousy with people who are leaders. And this is not for everyone. I'm just naming these things randomly off the top of my head. There is a lot of insecurity around, what if what I'm doing isn't good enough? What if people don't like it? What if the new person that I am is not accepted? What if I can't get people to come to my classes? Or what if I can't get people to come to my training sessions? What if I can't get people to, like me? Because that's what it really comes down to. It's like, what if I can't get people to like me? Because the format, whether you're a dancer or a personal trainer or whatever, is not the main thing. All those are just attributes of the main thing, which is you, because you are the dance instructor, you are the personal trainer, you are this thing. But before you had that title, you were yourself. And so when you navigate into different areas of your life in the fitness world, you have to just always know that you are liked as a being and navigate the way that you want to navigate. So, for example, I am a Zumba instructor, and there are other dance formats that I really like. I just at this time right now, I can't invest in other formats because I'm working on my business, and because I feel like some of the best ways to support, like I also am commit certified, but I'm not teaching in the city as of yet because I don't have the time. But I'll support events. I will literally go to every single event that I can. I will, applaud for my friends of other formats. It's just that I can't invest in that. And also in my classes, I've had to focus on my classes because I had to focus on myself. And once I focused on myself and I became more in tune with myself and started actively manifesting my own health and bringing myself into my classes grew. I don't focus on other people's classes because honestly, for example, like for Zumba, like Zumba was never about your classes growing. It was about giving people a good workout and being in tune with yourself. Remembering your story as to why you started something. It wasn't about going viral. It wasn't about you having all these different people, because when you can stand alone with yourself, if nobody shows up, that's when you know that your format of dance or fitness is working for you. And so, as someone who's been talking to lots of people in the dance community and the fitness community privately, the thing that I want to encourage you with is like, you have to focus on yourself. You have to be in tune with yourself and doing the things that make you feel good, because there are billions of people on the planet, and the people that are going to be a part of your community are going to come from out of nowhere. Like, we don't live in a limited world, right? So for example, like for the dance community, a lot of people are fighting with each other because they're like, well, if I support their format, that means it's taking from mine. No, there are people that are going to resonate with your soul, because ultimately it's not about the format. It is about the format, but it's also about how you are presenting it in your own being. And when you do that with passion, people are drawn to that. And it's like, if my goal is to get all the dance fitness instructors and personal trainers in a room and have a big conference every year in Chicago. That is my mission. And that's why I'm opening myself up to, talking to people individually. And I've already been doing it for many years now. So I was like, let me just open this up to help people. But the thing that I always see whenever I talk to someone privately, even outside of the dance community, is that people are not in tune with themselves. They're looking for this external source to bring them joy, to make them feel worthy. Like this going viral shit, which is great, but it's like, I don't care about that stuff. Like I I care about, going viral and making notes for the business side of me, which is YouTube, and like if I can monetize different things for my life coaching business. But for other parts of like fitness, I don't really think about that too much, because it's like fitness isn't my whole life, you know? But for those of you that are like really struggling with your journey, I would just tell you to just focus on yourself, and the right people come to you, the right clients come, the right people come to your format. But the other thing I want to say is you have to reconcile your relationships with the people in other formats and stop thinking that there's a comparison, and also forgive the people that might have wronged you at the time that you were in another format, or you were a personal trainer and someone nubbed you. Like, move on from that past feeling of like, oh, this person is like against me or whatever. Like, and if they are against you for real, like, put the boundaries up. But if a person is like trying their best and they didn't know their best back then, because I've heard this throughout the dance community here in Chicago, that people are breaking up, people have broken apart. And I don't just use it in Chicago, I see this all around the world, but specifically in Chicago, it's like people have broken apart, and it affects the community of fitness as a whole. Because if I want to have a conference one day where we have Chicago, and I'm working on this, I'm not even lying to you guys. I took time for myself, and now I'm back to my vision. My vision and my goal is to literally have a mini conference every year here in Chicago with all the fitness instructors, with personal trainers, with people who have small businesses that are going to support people mentally and physically. Because for me, fitness is not just about your body, it's about your mental health, and how fitness helps you to have a clear mind and to have more confidence in yourself as a being. And so if people are having issues with each other, I'm not going to want to have those people at the thing I'm having, because the energy, we have to understand energy. Energy is not something that's necessarily seen. It's the way that you make someone feel. So if I have people from Chicago that have never attended a class and they feel animosity with energetically, I just can't have that. And so this goes back to the feeling of like, have passion for what you do and have passion for other people's journey too, because there's so much comparison, there's so much anger, there's so much hate, and this is just a human tendency. It's not just prevalent in the dance community, but I'm talking about this specifically because I'm a Zumba instructor, and because I go to different formats, and because I really want Chicago to be the city it's supposed to be, because we're literally the third largest city in the United States, and our dance community is not solid, and that bothers me, and it's embarrassing. Like, yes, there's a lot of dance, but we're not coming together all the time for us to talk about like, hey, why don't you try this format? Why don't you try this format? It's like, that's embarrassing to me as a Chicago native, and I'm not a suburb person. I'm a central city girl. I was raised at St. Joseph. I was born at St. Joseph Hospital. I was raised in the city. I took the CTA to go everywhere. I don't go to the suburbs for shit unless it's like, I'm supporting someone, or like it's my family members. And I'm just saying, like, this is what I want for the city. But as someone who's like understanding more about the dance community and fitness, we have to heal ourselves and heal the relationships with other people. Because if we are fitness instructors, whether we're a personal trainer or we're a dance format person, we're representing a brand, and the brand, always the origins of the brand started with someone's personal journey of how they went into a class or how they started something that helped other people. So I just really want to make this known. And so how these people, what you need to do for yourself is really look in yourself internally and be like, am I doing this because I have passion? Do I feel good about what I'm doing? And am I being nice to people who are different than what I'm doing, so that we can come together? Because there isn't a limited amount of resources. There's unlimited resources. There are unlimited people. Just the fact that we have every year at gyms, they have new members that sign up every single year, even throughout a pandemic. That tells you that there are many people available. And even for fitness instructors, you see all these random people coming to your class that you've never seen before. That means there are unlimited people out there. For personal trainers, you literally train people you've never seen before. Unlimited people out there. But you have to focus on healing yourself and stop thinking that you're not good enough, and stop thinking that you have to compare yourself to another person, and then forgive whatever comparison you have, because it hurts the whole. Like, I'm very into the collective consciousness. We're all human beings that feel the same things, that bleed the same, all this different stuff. It hurts the whole when we're at odds with each other. So that's all I'm going to say right now, because I need to run some errands, and I also teach classes in a few hours. So I have a very specific schedule about how I do things now. Have a good day.